Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I want to talk about the recent announcements made by Meta. We now of course know that the Quest 3 is real and it's on the way. We know that most of the leaks we saw earlier in the year are fairly accurate. We won't know much more in terms of cold hard facts till probably September, which is when the Meta Connect conference is. And when Mark Zuckerberg will probably start going, "Oh, look at my new headset, isn't it great? Put it on your face." Till then, we know it's going to be 40% slimmer using the new pancake lenses. It's going to have higher resolution displays. They are still, unfortunately, LCDs. Boo! But higher resolution, nice, I suppose. It's got the next generation Snapdragon with 2 times the performance. It's going to be twice as powerful as the Quest 2, which I like the sound of. It's going to have a full colour pass-through, and the controllers are the most interesting bit to me because they've got rid of the tracking ring entirely, and now you just have these 2 controllers with the flat face but no tracking rings. But they don't appear to have the cameras of the Pro controllers either, so I'll be interested to see what tracking solution they came up for those, because I don't know. I don't know anything. I haven't a clue how these magical, weird and wondrous things work. But there's no sign of tracking rings, so they'll be easier to use, I guess. But they also contain the next-gen haptics found in the Pro controllers, so there'll be some nice rumblings to go along with them. So yeah, I'm excited for the Quest 3. And of course the other thing I wanted to touch on was the list of lovely games that have been revealed at the Meta Showcase Games. Swap those words around. Games Showcase. Yes, I can do speaky word talk. We got a list of lovely games. Some of them really took me by surprise. Most of them I'm not too bothered about, but there are a few I'm really excited about. There's one that's left a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth that I want to talk about, but I'll just list them for now. We're getting Samba de Amigo, which I think was a Dreamcast game. I remember it, but I've never played it. We're getting an NFL Pro Era sequel. Again, don't care. We're getting a Stranger Things game, which looks pretty interesting, to be fair. I like the TV show. I'm interested in a decent game. I'll probably play it. We're getting the Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord. I'm not too fussed about that. We're getting an I Expect You to Die 3. I've not played 2, but I played the original and loved it, so I'm sure 3 will be more of the same. We're getting Racket Club, which looks to be a tennis game. We're getting Arizona Sunshine 2. No real details on that yet. We've just had a CGI video, and that's it, a CGI trailer. But it could be pretty decent. When Arizona Sunshine came out several years back, I'm not entirely sure when it came out. Was it 2016, 2017? Around the launch of the original Rift. It was decent, it was fun. It's probably not aged well, but I think they could do a decent sequel. We're getting an Attack on Titan VR. Never seen the anime, no, so I don't really know what to expect there. We're getting Bulletstorm. Again, I never played the original Bulletstorm. As far as I'm aware, it's just a port of the original game into VR. We're getting a game called Underdogs, which looks pretty cool. It looks like a kind of a mech brawler. No More Rainbows, which looks pretty cool. And Power Wash Simulator, which I'm actually a little bit excited about. I had a quick go on that on the PlayStation, and it's strangely cathartic. And I remember thinking at the time this would be great in VR, and here it is. So that's great. A few I wanted to talk about. One that took me by surprise was the Seventh Guest VR. I've been gaming for a while now, and I had the CD-ROM for PC back in '93, and it rather embarrassingly, everything terrifies me, so I shouldn't be surprised. But it was a fantastic little puzzle game. Think Myst, but a little bit schlockier and in a haunted house, and you've got the Seventh Guest, and that's being ported into VR, and they're using a sort of 360 video porting actors into the game, so it looks like it could be really quite good, and I'm really quite excited about that, because that's a real blast from the past. It really sort of took me back. A game called Dungeons of Eternity that looks to be a thoroughly fun sort of dungeon crawler that I'm interested in. Vampire the Masquerade, Justice, I think it was called. I've never played the Vampire the Masquerade games, but that looks really good. There's Silent Slayer, Vault of the Vampire. That looks really decent. Looks to be a sort of stealth game where you're sneaking up on vampires and stabbing them. I like the sound of that. I like the sound of sneaking up on vampires and stabbing them. So I may be giving that a go. The game though, the big game that I wanted to touch on is of course Asgard's Wrath 2. The positives is it looks absolutely fantastic. It's, 60-hour campaign, with 4 heroes to choose from, and it looks to be like it's going to have more of the same, some being able to turn animals into companions, and now you can ride them as mounts, which is a bit strange, but it looks, from a gameplay perspective, like it'll be great. The reason it's left a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth is I'm a huge fan of the original Asgard's Wrath, and originally a huge fan of PC gaming, and I think I've mentioned this before, but I've been a little bit disappointed with this push to portable VR and all-in-one systems and systems like the Quest. There are some good experiences to be had on those systems, yes, but the downgrade, the visual fidelity downgrade you get with these systems is significant. It's not slight, it's massive. And watching that trailer for Asgard's Wrath 2, I just sat there and remember thinking it looks like a sort of portable port, like when you had a big AAA series like Assassin's Creed on an Xbox 360 and then you got a Game Boy version of it. It feels like that. It feels like this massively, punishingly downgraded version of a fantastic visual experience. I hope that I'm completely wrong and that my fears are unjustified and I'll play it and be absolutely blown away by it. Also, there's the possibility that they're waiting on the Quest 3 and that this game is being launched to kind of showcase the processing power of the Quest 3 and what the Quest 3 can do visually. But I have this horrible suspicion that what we saw in the trailer is what we're going to get on Quest 3, and what we get on Quest 2 may not even be as impressive as what we saw in the trailer. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm really very stupidly wrong and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. But that's my worry, and I'm a little bit disappointed it's not going to be coming to PC VR, as I think the original game was one of the most visually one of the most stunning games I've ever played, and yeah, it's not coming to PC, which sucks and is stupid, and I hate meta. But there we go. Hopefully Sony have got a few things up their sleeve for PSVR 2. A lot of these games will be coming out on PSVR 2 as well, so that's good. We already know Bulletstorm's coming to PSVR 2, so I think a lot of the games that are coming out on both platforms I will probably buy on PSVR 2, as it's the better platform. But I am curious to see what Quest 3 will bring to the party and what it can do visually, and see what Asgard's Wrath looks like when the Quest 3 launches. Only time will tell. But till then, please like and subscribe my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.